In a studio that's in a basement comes the epic story of how two friends changed the future of the movie podcast game forever. The reviews are in. Boys Life magazine gives the High Sci podcast 4.5 acorns. The Daily Bugle says, these guys are super legit. And Pope Francis declares the podcast as life-affirming. From the kid who tried to get smart with David Spade and got fucking old.
You're still out. You're still bad.
And the guy who can name all four Baldwin brothers.
Alec, William, Daniel, and the baby boy, Stephen.
Live from the studio of his parents' basement. The Have You Seen It podcast.
Welcome back to the Have You Seen It podcast. My name is Mason Knight. That is Cash Kraus. We are here today, Cash. We're here to wrap up our second TV Tuesday.
And what a journey it's been, Mason.
It's been great.
What a journey. I feel like I've climbed the tallest mountain in Thra.
Yeah. Way to lead into this podcast. That was great.
I did.
Did you have Lore help you? Did you hop on his back while you climbed up that?
No, because what we learned from Lore, not a big help.
Not unless you're Princess Brea. That's
but even after that, he's kind of decommissioned, and then he's out of it because he would have been a big help towards the end.
I think he would have been. Yeah, I don't think it was wise to just be like, go to sleep.
We're done here, and that's over. But we're
here to wrap up the first season of The Dark Crystal,
Episode
Age of
9
Resistance.
and 10 for our TV Tuesdays that we've been doing, and this is exciting because this has been a great show.
An incredible show. I really hope there is a season 2. They left an open ender. I'm hoping we're getting a season 2 because this was just fantastic.
It needs to happen
all the way around.
We need it. Mm-hmm. And like you said, they did leave it open enough where I don't think things aren't finished, not even nearly.
No.
I mean, it was loose ends for sure. Mm-hmm. It needs to be tied up still. But yeah, should we get into episode 9, or should we recap a little bit about what episode 8 was?
Yeah.
I can give you a little recap.
Okay.
Here. Well, what we last saw is the Crystal Castle. It's mayhem, right? Mm-hmm. Because the hunter is dying on this table, and they're all freaking out, right? Because he can't die.
Right. And they're immortal is what they say.
Yeah.
The Skeksis believe that they
super
cannot
quotes,
die.
Yeah. And shit's not going right because the Arathium just turned on them as well.
Right.
So things aren't looking good right now.
And that's because the Emperor screwed him over with the Caves of Grot and said that they could take it without realizing that the caves are actually full of the Darkening.
Absolutely. So things aren't looking good.
No, they're not. Not for the Skeksis.
Absolutely not. And we got a few Gelfling that are caged up at the time.
We do.
It's Brea, her sister Farah, and Tavra. I could have done all three of those just
Farah is the Madra for Stonewood.
Farah is the Madra for Stonewood.
But it's Celadon.
But she is in there as well, yeah.
Yeah, and Celadon's in there too.
Yeah, Celadon I just kind of left out because...
God. I cannot wait to jump into Celadon.
What a redemption story she
no
came
shit.
But, so with the hunter clinging to life, the Skeksis prepare to drain more essence, right?
Yes.
And they're right about to drain... They got everyone hooked up. They got Farah. Farah's hooked up. They have Brea hooked up. Mm-hmm. And they have...
Not Tavra, but Celadon.
No, it is Tavra who's hooked up. They didn't hook up Celadon, I thought.
No, Celadon's... Yeah, because Tavra still has the...
being controlled by the Ratham little baby thing, right. So it is Celadon, yeah. And
Threader.
And they're going to take their essence and put straight into the hunter.
Exactly. Because the hunter's near death.
I think he's dead.
Just about dead,
I think he's dead at this point. I think they bring him back. But they do that. But right at the last moment, just great timing.
Who shows up?
Always got great timing.
Mother Agra herself.
She busts down that door and she said, hole up. This I'm not letting this happen.
And I love her excuse too. She comes in and she makes the excuse, I'm here to say goodbye and farewell to the dying Skeksis. The hunter. That was her excuse for being there. She does,
and she shits on him. She's like, because she's telling him, you got nothing after life. Like, This is it. This is why, because you're scared because there's nothing left. And you can tell it does scare.
Oh, it
and that is kind of a reason that the Skeksis are very scared because they don't want to see anyone die. Because they think they're immortal, but in their minds, they're thinking there's nothing left after this.
Yes.
Not Christians.
No,
They're not good Christian folk.
I'd say definitely atheists here. Don't believe in any sort of God. It's just
Well, they believe they are the gods.
Yes, they do.
They kind of are.
They kind of are, yeah.
They kind of are.
I mean, they got the crystal powers. They are the lords of the crystal.
They are actual just beings of light that we know from the movie. I mean, but yeah. So she stops it and she says, "Take
She
my
offers the
essence."
trade.
She says, "Take this essence that's straight the life of Thra herself. You can tap the main vein, baby.
I'm telling you right
You're gonna
now.
get the purest shit you've ever tasted.
That's pure 100%. Okay, you put that.
It's
on
not
the line.
cut with anything.
That's something Walter White would be proud of from the Breaking
Oh,
Bad.
absolutely. But and this is a deal too good to pass up.
It
right?
is. And you can just see the Emperor. He starts to drool a little bit.
He does.
Loves that.
He's kind of doing the math in his head. He's working it out. He's thinking, all right, these shitty gelflings, there's a million of them. There's one Mother Agra. So you tap her, you might have something special.
Well, and the Emperor knew all along, and he tells the general right after that, don't let them leave the castle.
Oh, yeah. Kill
so
them immediately.
he's already screwing Agra over in this deal.
Oh, yeah. But like you said, he finally agrees to deal out of fear for the afterlife. Because, again, he does not want to see anyone go into the darkness. They take care of their own. You got to respect that out of them.
They do. The Skeksis do.
It's more vain, them taking care of each other than you would hope. But they are taking care of each other. But, yeah, so they allow it to happen. They're going to hook Mother Agra up, and they're going to let the Gelfling leave. Again, let them leave in super quotes.
And as they're about to leave, Tavra comes over in her like drone state that she's in.
Because she's like, again, she's half Tavra, kind of half. They're working together.
Threader, yeah. But it's revealed that she actually does have cognitive, like, she is capable of speaking to her sisters and says that she's kind of pretending.
Yeah.
And she goes, Mother Agra's here to try to buy us some time. We got to get out of here.
Oh, absolutely.
And then that's when they kind of all go and escape.
And that's when they're met by Skek Val and Skek Lek, who are super pumped. Because I like, what does he say? He's like, we're going to go have some fun or something. And he's like, let's go.
Oh, they love to kill Gelfling. that's the number one hobby here.
I know. It must have been
Crystal
hard
Castle.
for him for all those years to not be able to just go on a murdering spree down. Because
Just let off a little steam on a few Gelflings. Some unsuspecting Gelfling. Maybe that's what they did to the other race of beings that Skektek has. Those last two.
Oh, yeah. Probably. They might have just had a bad day, and we're like, I got to take some anger out. And the poor village of those guys got wiped out.
Those
guys have a bit of revengeful... Oh, what's her name? The Goron?
Yeah, it's something like that, to that effect. I was trying to find it, but I'm not going to be able to find it.
But yeah, those guys have a kind of a come-up tale in this as well.
The Grunok.
That's but yeah, so they're jumped by Skek Val, the general, and Skek Lek is the collector, right?
Yes.
And she's the one that's got
all the pus and the grossness.
The sores, and they're popping off all the time. It's disgusting. But they're jumped, and finally a fucking Gelfling defends themselves.
It's about
9 episodes
time.
in.
I know. They finally actually know how to use a sword for once.
Do a little stabby on them, Come on. Yeah, they got big old balloon stomachs. Finally, someone pops that shit, and they do. They stab him. They stab
Skekvar.
Yeah, he gets stabbed a few times.
Yeah, he does.
This is not the last time he'll be stabbed.
I mean, the best guy to wield the sword gets beat the most.
He's got the biggest gut, and that thing's just asking to be popped.
Guy likes to eat food.
But yeah, they stab him in the stomach, and it hurts him. And then this is kind of like, because again, the Gelflings have always thought that you couldn't hurt the Skeksis.
Yep.
Thought they were immortal. But yeah, they stab him and they get away. They leave the Crystal Castle. With the help, of course, of Agra.
Yeah, but Tavra stabs the general as the spitters appear too, remember?
Yeah.
And that's how they get, that's how they escape.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, and Tavra gets, does she get stabbed?
Yeah, Tavra gets stabbed by the Chamberlain. Because she's about to kill, or Tavra's about to kill the general, and Chamberlain comes in and stabs Tavra. And the general, actually, this is where they kind of reconcile a little bit. And he actually does allow Chamberlain back into the Crystal Castle.
It's always Chamberlain just having to, fucking up and
weasel his way back into the castle. Back
yeah,
because
right at that time, finally, because right before they get Agra, they let Chamberlain back in the castle. Now Chamberlain's all about Now he loves the Skeksis. Because
Yes.
before then he was just conniving. Now, because Chamberlain comes in and he says like, "Don't hurt Skeksis," or whatever. Like they're best friends now. But yeah, he doesn't. But they escape with Tavra, right? Even though she's mortally wounded.
Yeah. And then we go back to Agra, who's getting her essence drained from the crystal.
Oh no, I guess she does die in the castle.
She does.
Oh, she does die because she goes, "I'm going back to Thra. Thra's calling me." Yeah.
Thra's calling, yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's getting down to it when they're dying, when they're killing off sisters.
I know, right? That's when you know it's getting
things are getting
heavy.
It's getting towards the end for sure.
And of course, it was the one sister you didn't want to see die because Tavra and Brea had a really good relationship.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, was that Tavra or is that Celadon?
Was that Celadon? I know, because that Celadon's
gonna live. She's gonna be the
story.
only. She'll be the last Gelfling alive. But but Agra, she's strapped in. What's going on with her? They're taking her essence.
Yep, they're taking it, but man, they can't take it just like how they take Gelfling. They gotta crank.
And you
had
to
crystal.
know it was gonna be a little more difficult. This is Mother
Agra. I mean, she is the life essence of Thra.
Yeah,
so
you're
naturally you're gonna have to turn that dial to 11. You know.
Yeah, and it's a good scene though. It's a good scene because they're at first they think it's just not working, and and then the Emperor goes full fucking Dr. Frankenstein on him and says, "Fuck this,
turn that." Shit
I didn't know
up.
we had a fucking dial. We could turn it up, but he cranked that baby, and it damn near took the castle down.
Yeah,
but he stuck the syringes straight into the hunter. Tap that main vein, baby, and you're getting straight from the source.
And we come to find out that Skekmal, which is the hunter, dies regardless. So not only did Mother Agra die, and she got her essence completely drained where she
did
vanished,
die. She got nothing out of it.
But also Skekmal died as well.
Yeah, and it's
so it was a double negative.
Yeah,
for the
no one
Skeksis.
won in this one.
No.
It was it was. But I guess they got rid of Mother Agra at some point, and I guess they couldn't just kill Mother Agra. A lot of time they just kicked her out and whatnot. But why not just stab her or something?
I don't know.
She was such a nuisance.
And in the aftermath of the death, the Skeksis deliberate over what to do about their fallen comrade, which is, the hunter. And obviously we get the freaking Chamberlain. He steps forward and offers his words because that's what Chamberlain does. That's all he does. He talks. And he's a good talker. He's a great talker.
Oh, he's a great politician.
And he suggests what? He suggests that they build a giant Aratham army.
Yeah. Well, we got to talk about the Emperor going a little Norman Bates on us and saying, the hunter's not dead. We're gonna fucking hang him up. We're gonna weekend at Bernie's him and just
never die.
He's
Yeah,
still alive. We're gonna have some people working him up there, and hopefully like a fucking puppy.
And man,
you'll never know.
Talking about creepy. That is just a weird thing to do.
Yeah.
Just prop up a dead.
But it's a
body
whole
like
thing
that.
of them saying they're immortal and like their belief that they can't die, and him thinking that he just goes to fucking.
I mean, what are you
nowhere?
What are you gonna do when he starts to rot and starts stinking? I guess they don't care. They fart and piss where they eat anyway.
Where they sit anyways. Yeah.
It's so funny. You turn on the subtitles at the dinner scenes, and it's fart noise, burp noise, fart noise. Yeah.
Well, this is just high tier film and television that we're watching right now. It's highbrow. It's but yeah. So Mother Agra is dead. Hunter's dead. Deet finally awakens to find the Grotto and the Ratham safe above ground because Deet got knocked out.
She did
because she took the power of the wishing tree. Yeah. What was it called again?
Just the tree of life.
The tree. Yeah, I can't remember. But yeah, because she was able to absorb the darkening.
Right. Before the tree died.
Oh yeah.
In the earlier episodes.
And Ryan is like, all right, we got to go back in there and fucking get the dual glaive. And then the fucking the leader of the Groton was like, oh, I got the dual glaive.
What, just hiding in your walker stick?
How about you could do that an hour ago?
I know. She's like, well, I never knew you guys were looking for it. He's like, well, what else are we looking for?
Yeah. And if you're carrying it around every day, you got to be thinking it's important. It's going to be coming to play. It's
hiding. Yeah. I mean, it's hiding in your staff. You should put two and two together. Come on.
But he does. He reveals that the leader of the Groton, he's like, just tosses him half of the dual glaive. It's not the whole thing because the other half, Ryan's dad, right?
Yeah, he actually, when he was younger, was able to get it and put it in the fiery, which was was letting us know in the early episodes, because remember we saw that with all the swords stuck in there, and we were like, "What is this? What is this furnace of swords?"
It is the stone in the wood.
Stone in the wood
is
yeah,
what
the
that
clan.
tree called.
Right.
Yeah. So she tells him. So it's Argot is the leader of the Grotans or whatever. Argot tells him that here, or she gives him one half and says you got to go to the stone in the wood. That's where the other one is. That's where Ryan's dad, which I guess Ryan never told him that.
No, never did.
Would have been useful information.
I would say it would have been.
And but yeah, he plunged the sword into the stone in the wood, and I guess you can't get things out of there for some reason. There's like a bunch of swords in there. I guess everyone's throwing their sword. Oh no, it was a thing that once you're done with battle, you
you take all the swords.
I should have
and put
known.
'em in
Everything in Thra has a story, has a reason behind it.
There's a lot of history in Thra.
And that's where the last to wield it, Ordon, hid it after battling the Ratham, which we know the Ratham War probably didn't have to happen.
No, it did
It was
not.
just Skeksis pitting people to thin out the crowd, you know?
That's what they do.
Back at the castle, though, Skeksis pitches a new plan to the Emperor after the Skeksis are left without an army. They said they can build one, like you said, by reanimating
Dead
the
Aratham.
Harder than you think.
Yeah, not easy.
Yeah,
Not
and
an
it's
easy
the
task.
Chamberlain kind of just pitching this idea with absolutely no science behind it or anything, even knowing that the scientist is going to have to do all the fucking work.
As always, they treat this
Spins it
guy
on
like
him.
absolute shit.
They do, and
It's
and
incredible.
To
I
me,
mean-
they kept teasing it like he was gonna do something.
Yeah.
But really, he just fucking folds under the pressure and just does what he's told.
Well, for a guy who does so much for the cause, they really they throw him to the side.
They don't even
like
let
he's
him fight. I
They
guess
don't even let
he's
him
a
fight a
nerd.
battle. Yeah. And then
They
and then
all
they're
the
pitching him
same.
shit. They're like, "You're a coward." He's like, "I'm not a coward."
He wants to fight.
He's like, "I want to fight." My God, I feel bad for this guy.
If he wants to fight, how can you call him a coward?
I know. I almost feel bad for.
But maybe it is
just so
them.
strange.
It's them protecting him. You know, because he seems like he's the most important. I mean, they treat him
and
like
most
shit,
relevant.
but he's the most important. He's building all their shit for him. But yeah. So Dee and Ryan, they go and they finally find the stone in the wood, and the only sign of life is a fire from the forge where Stonewood warriors deposit their weapons, and the tree's looking cool.
Yeah, it does. It looks really cool.
It's on fire.
It's always up
blue.
in flames. They must use a lot of wood to keep that
Well, it's
thing
good. I don't know what kind
burning.
of wood must be oak or something. I don't know, but it's burned for years and years, and the other half of the dual glade's in it. Mm-hmm. So
And then Rianne goes up there, grabs the blade, puts the blade together, and then it's revealed this blue fire.
yeah, it burns blue.
Burns blue.
And he kind of invents a fucking group message right here. He really does.
He just calls to all the clans in
Because
Thra.
when he puts the swords together, the dual glaive
together,
the
yeah.
stone in the wood burns blue, and then I guess where every other, luckily they're all around a fire at the time.
Yeah,
for
probably.
every tribe just happened to be around there, and that turns blue, and he's able to
communicate
talk to everyone.
with all
Yeah.
the Gelfling in Thra.
kind of get on FaceTime with them and tell them what's going on and what's the haps. And
this is also where the Dark Crystal calls for the Skeksis as well too. So they go to the crystal and they see Ryan's message.
And it's kind of, we won't get into it, but it's kind of hinting at what the dual glaive is, where it has this connection with everything. Kind of hints at it. We won't get into it yet, but
Not yet, but yeah, I saw this coming though.
But yeah, so the Skeksis were able to see everything that Ryan, where they were kind of just eavesdropping on the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, and then the Emperor says, you're all going to die.
Because Emperor's got some mad power now. He
does.
really drained that fucking crystal of the darkening. Now
And
he's
it's starting
got
to show physically. It's taking a toll on his body
Oh, absolutely. Oh,
every
yeah.
time that he does do it.
But yeah, so Ryan, he does his piece. He gives a good speech. It's motivating. It gets people off their asses, which is what any good speech can do. But yeah, so he rallies them. But then the Emperor gets on the mic and he starts spitting some crazy shit, telling them that they're all just gonna fucking die, and
That you have no
he's
chance.
pissed at
We're
this point.
immortal. That sort of thing. And that we are your god.
Because Ryan told him, he's like, they've been pinning us against each other for fucking ever. And that kind of gives us the reasoning of why they're so shitty to each other.
Yeah.
Because they really fucking are. Like we said, they're kind of racist. A bunch of them.
extremely racist
Bigots.
against other
A
Gelfling.
lot of bigots for sure. But yeah, Ryan tells him everything. Tells him about the Skeksis crimes. And tells him that the Lords of the Crystal have turned against them. And that now it's time to rally your troops and get your ass to
Stonewood.
Yeah,
and
people.
to fight this battle.
Shit's going
The
down.
Skeksis are coming.
And pretty much it's like a it's like in the 50s when the greasers would have like a rally. You know, they pretty much designate a spot to have this showdown or whatever. You know, and this is where it's gonna go down. And the communication closes, and Skeksil tells the Skeksis to prepare to crush the Gelfling at dawn. You always got to roll down at dawn.
Oh, yeah.
No better time to go kill to commit genocide. And that's episode 9, Mason.
Yeah, that's the recap of 9.
Now we're getting into it. Episode 10.
yeah,
and
episode
I
10
had
is
no
where
idea that we were ever going to get a battle in this show.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't think. I mean, they're not fighters. The Skeksis aren't fighters.
See, when I saw the battle initially, I was like, okay, this is where they wipe them all out. Because we do know that, and that's not a spoiler.
Yeah, I saw the
that's a
battle. I never
1982
saw it at the beginning of the show. I never thought we were going to get a battle between Skeksis and Gelfling.
Oh, I see what you're
But
saying.
man, I'm glad it happened.
Yeah.
I'm glad that finally it's everything wanted. It's good. It's everything that the Game of Thrones people didn't do at the end of their show. So they gave nothing that any of the fans wanted. But so Ryan and Deet, they prepare ahead of the battle, despite absolutely no one showing up.
No, none of the 7 clans have showed up
It
to
could not
show
have
their
happened.
support
Yeah.
at Stonewood. Yeah.
So it's a real dip in morale for the gang for sure. Because I mean, he just gave a great speech. Everyone said they were coming, and then no one shows up.
None.
It's the nightmare. It's worst case.
Well, yeah, because there
scenario.
was like 9 Gelfling there, and they were going to fight, 9 Skeksis?
Yeah.
They're more than probably going to
It's like if you say you're gonna show up, you know.
Yeah.
Don't flake.
Yeah, don't flake, and then
flake, yeah.
don't shoot me a
Don't
text 5
say
minutes before.
exactly.
Oh, by
I
the way,
can't- yeah.
I know you're there, but I'm not
I
going to
can't
make
be
it.
there. It's a shitty thing to do.
It's a real
Even if
shitty
you're on
thing.
the fire phone or whatever it is, give them a call.
Yeah.
You have the fire.
Send a raven. You know,
Send up a
something.
smoke signal. You can do these things. Be considerate. That's all we ask. But
But yeah, no one shows up.
no one shows up. So Deet, she's got to start making her own bombs, and of course she knows how to do that because she's a little fucking
Pyro.
She's a little pyro, a
She
little
is.
freak for sure. But yeah, she almost blows up her goddamn hand at
I
one
know.
point, which would have ruined. I mean, we need as many Gelflings as we need at this point.
One Gelfling down is a huge loss to this overall rebellion.
But yeah, their worries are soothed somewhat as Brea and Celeron and a collection of Stonewood arrive, because they arrive from the Crystal Castle.
They do.
And this is the first time that they're getting back together. Mm-hmm. That Deet and them are all seeing Brea and whatnot. So you got a few troopers coming out.
Yeah, but it's not looking too good for the Gelfling at this
No,
point.
even with
I would
those
say,
4
no.
extra Gelfling, it doesn't do much. At
I'd
all.
say it takes about 25 to 1 for the Gelfling over Skeksis to actually beat him.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to have shit's gonna have to go wrong a lot for the Skeksis for this to happen. I mean, it's got to be the perfect storm. But yeah, and they tell him that Augur died.
Mm-hmm.
That Augur sacrificed her life to let us, leave and get here.
And it's pure devastation.
It is the morale again.
It is at an all-time
bottom
low.
of the barrel. It is low at this point. No one came to your party.
Nope.
No
And
one
then you
showed
find
up.
out that your mother died.
Yeah, it's a tough one to put on Ryan for sure, especially when everyone's saying he's got to be the guy. Anyway, so the Skeksis, they run through. They're getting prepped. They're kind of I don't know. They're like putting on like flags and stuff. It's kind of cool. They're all getting ready for battle, and they all, because of the one guy who just keeps making traditions. They have a tradition for everything.
For everything, yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, they and this is where the general pulls the darkening from
Again.
a lot, and it's a ton though.
Yeah, he pulls a lot of it out, and you can see the physical toll it's taking on his body.
It's damaging his body.
Yes.
Yeah. But he
Severely.
says right there the cost is willing.
He says under any circumstance, he goes, no matter what, this is what we have to do.
Yep.
Any sacrifice.
And this is where the Chamberlain goes back on the deal with the Grunax.
Yeah,
We do
because
get the
we've called that, which everyone would have called that. It's not like
yeah,
we're
of course,
some
yeah.
great predictors, but
Yeah, Grunax got all their shit packed.
yeah, they're like,
right,
so
we're ready to
we're
go."
leaving, right? And Chamberlain's like,
On second thought, yeah.
no, you're gonna stay here until forever.
Yeah, the deal's still on.
It's still, yeah,
It's just a little longer. I got other things I got to do. I got to plan out. Just hold
and the
tight.
Grunach were like, at least can you cut our mouse? Can we talk? And they're like, nope, sorry, not gonna happen.
Chairman's like, I would have loved to do that also, but I also got other
got other
things
things.
I got to
Yeah,
do.
my
Right,
schedule,
jeez, is that the
it's
time?
just-
Is that
oh,
the
man.
time? It's
I gotta
later
get
than I
down to
thought.
the
It's
lab.
late.
I gotta go talk to Skek Tech real quick. So.
But yeah, pretty much they say, go fuck yourself, Grunax. You're not getting out of this. And
they're
Grunax
not
know
happy.
that. No, they're not happy. But yeah, and they all the Skeksis, they rally. They're on their way to go, but they leave.
Skektek behind.
Yeah,
And Skektek really wants to battle. He's got his full armor on. He's not a coward.
it's brutal.
He
He's
actually wants to go
already up.
fight.
It's disappointing.
It
It
is.
is, and they just break his heart. They say, "Sorry, buddy, this one's not on."
It does break his heart too.
Oh yeah, and they calling him a coward.
Well, yeah, the general's like, "Oh, you're a coward, Skektek," and he's like, "I wanted to go."
Yeah, and that frustrates a scientist.
It's very frustrating.
And it only grows when he's unable to course life out of the spitter because he's trying to and he can't. He's frustrated on all fucking ends.
Yeah, because he's trying to actually do the science.
Yeah.
On like building these super Aratham.
Yeah, and he's pissed off and he takes it out on the Grunax. Of course, I think he slaps one of them in the head.
Yeah.
Not good. I mean,
I love how he was always like, "Do this for me, slave."
Yeah.
He always says slave. I love the way he says it. It's so
Brutal.
funny. He just doesn't care.
yeah, and at the very end when he sees him fucking around, he goes slave. Yeah. But the hunter, he's twitching.
And he was twitching at the end of 9. We
Yeah,
should have
he
brought
was,
that up.
yeah.
He barely twitched at the end of 9. And
You shouldn't know. I mean, shouldn't they have all known? Well, I guess they don't know because they haven't ever seen anyone of them die.
yeah.
But he didn't
Check the
disappear.
pulse,
He
something.
didn't disappear.
Oh yeah, he didn't.
That's the oldest.
That's the
old trick
oldest
in the book.
Yeah.
If they
'Cause
don't
they're-
disappear like a fucking Jedi Knight, they're not dead.
No.
Because we're also keep getting flashes back to the heretic and Archer because
Yes.
he's also dying, but he doesn't disappear either.
No, he does not.
No, he doesn't. So
And he's still around, and Hup's watching him as well.
Hup's taking care of him. Hup's
Hup
doing
is.
it all. But yeah, the hunter he suddenly just springs to fucking life. Very cool because he's all puppet.
He's all tied up at this point too, and we have to talk about how Skektek. He was sitting on the throne pretending to be the emperor.
Oh, I
love
know,
this scene
and he was getting
where he's like,
drunk off
yeah,
essence, and he was
he's like,
wearing the
play
Emperor's
the music faster.
He's
like,
wearing the Emperor's clothes.
Yeah.
It's like when your parents go out. And
Right.
you go
You
in
just
their
do whatever you
room. You
want,
start
yeah.
doing whatever you I'm the dad now. Yeah.
That's literally what he's doing at the
It
castle
is,
because
'cause
no
he-
one else is home.
Because he stored some essence away, so he's getting a little tipsy. He's bossing everyone around. And I love the podlings aren't even taking his shit. Because Mary crushes one of the podlings' hand. They start
Yeah, he
yelling at
does,
him.
yeah.
And he starts yelling, "You can't yell at your emperor like that," because he's a little
Delusional
He's
at
a
this
little-
point.
he's a little
not,
crazy
he's not
now, yeah.
putting everything together.
Absolutely.
I
But,
love how he's telling the podlings up there to play the music faster, and they're going, oh, and they're like all freaking out up there. It's great.
I love the podling music is just them just smashing and
those
just whatever they're
drums,
playing.
yeah.
It's not real music.
Bum,
just,
bum,
I
bum,
know.
bum, bum.
But yeah, so he's doing this. He's acting like an asshole.
And this is where Skekmal, the hunter,
Yeah,
suddenly awakens.
springs to life.
and it literally springs
would
to right.
think
and
he might
rips
have-
all these wires down. You're thinking he's having questions as to why
Exactly.
he's fucked up like
He
a
think
dead
he
man.
would take a moment,
To be
like,
like-
take one breath.
Hey Skektek, before I bound to go find Rianne,
I
why
literally
was I
just
tied
saw
up like a
fucking
puppet?
the devil. He was pissed at me, and then I come back to life, and he's got zero questions.
You guys think I'm fucking Pinocchio? What's going on here?
He's got the he just springs forward and goes, Ryan! It just runs out of the castle.
No, dude, it was wild.
And Skektek's just like standing there. What the fuck just happened?
He did waste a lot of essence though, because he was so scared that he dropped all that essence on the
Why
ground.
would it do? This guy
That's all
just
I
came
was
back from
thinking about.
life. But yeah, one track mind again, the hunter. He's just
He's got
gotta
one purpose. But
you gotta
know
admire
what?
the work ethic.
Exactly. And you got to find a purpose in life. And when you find that true purpose that you are passionate about, you become a Skekmal,
Oh yeah.
where that's the only thing you're concerned about.
Absolutely. They
So
say
you know what?
they say he's the best.
More
but
power to him.
You deserve a 30-second break.
Yeah, I would say take a day off. I think that's what the
Have a
Sabbath
cup of
is for.
water.
Yeah,
Do
just
something.
relax for a day, you know?
Just you
Watch a
gotta
show on
take a
Netflix.
little time off. You gotta.
You
I
have
mean,
to.
you're just gonna end up killing
It's
yourself.
important for your sanity.
It's a workaholic.
Yes.
But he doesn't. He like jumps from like the 8th story of the castle. I think he just flies out a window.
He does. And
He
then
can't even take the door.
yeah, and then the Urgog, the mystic, that's the hunter, the archer. Right?
Yes.
He gets a vision of Skekmal running out and jumping out, and he's like, "No,"
Because he springs to life as much as a mystic can spring. It's
yeah.
a slow motion.
Even
kind of
Hup was
head
like,
tilt.
"Yeah." Even Hup was like, "Whoa, he's moving a little faster."
I know. But yeah, but you got to think the hunter's probably pretty juiced up right now.
Oh, well, they pumped him with essence.
Yeah, so he's
feeling
steroided to the
good.
gills.
Yeah.
So he's probably not all there, and he's kind of probably half zombie at this point too.
Mm-hmm.
And his brain, no oxygen, so I don't know if there's a lot going on. But
And you also have to keep in mind that the essence that he got, and this comes into play later, but the essence that the hunter received was Mother Agra's.
Oh yeah.
So keep that.
He got 100% of her essence. So everything that Mother
her
Agra,
life force, her life is within
everything that
Skek-
Mother Agra had is now in the hunter, just
Correct.
in liquid form.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he jumps up there and doing this because the Skektek again, he's kind of freaked out. He goes back to work, and at this point, the Grunaks are well, they look like they're right about to escape. They're cutting their wires off.
They
their
cut the
mouth.
mouths. Yeah, one of them has their mouth completely cut. The other one not so much.
Yeah, then Skektek comes in. He goes slaves because he thinks they're about to break out. He goes, "What's going on?" He tosses one down the fucking pit, which you don't want to be tossed down at.
You never
I
do.
think it's just lava down there.
I think it's poetic though,
yeah,
for what
poetic
happens in the
justice, man.
1982 film,
Absolutely,
because
but
that happens to him.
I know, and it was nice because he kills both the Grunaks pretty brutally
Does.
right here.
In the second one, he just smashes with a a metal rod or something. I'm
yeah,
like,
and it's
damn.
like
It's brutal too.
it's
He
an
killed
odd
it.
scene.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not odd. It's very well, but it's like a scene you'd see in a live action film because he's like kind of like shaking. Because he kind of goes psycho mode.
He
on
does,
him.
yeah.
Because remember, it's like spraying back at him. The blood.
The blood and everything, and he just keeps hitting him over and over. It almost looked like a gangster film, you
Yeah,
know,
it's
where
a-
they beat the shit out of some guy.
It's passionate.
It was a passion.
It's a crime of passion. But yeah, so Grunaks, that's the last two. Unfortunately,
Ever.
they're not
So
they're not bouncing back.
They're completely extinct now.
They're not going to make the comeback.
Never, never
Unfortunately, we thought they were, but it's not going to happen though.
And yeah,
But Skeksis, yeah. So they're rallying. All the Skeksis, they're making their way to Stonewood,
they are.
and they're eventually they get there, and they of course laugh at the Gelflings because
Because there's 8 of them.
8 of 'em.
9 of them, whatever. Yeah. It's
they're 2 feet tall, and they are cute, of course. It's hard. They're hard
they
to
are
fight.
adorable,
They're-
no matter
yeah.
what.
But yeah, they just go up there and they pretty much laugh and they're like, "This is gonna be it's looking good for Skeksis." Because
But Rian doesn't lose hope, and he actually challenges Skekvar, excuse me, who is the general, to a one-on-one duel.
well, he actually challenges the Emperor,
Right.
and then
but
Chamberlain tells him that
that's true. I forget. Yes, you're right.
because Chamberlain is always working. He's played
He's a-
6D chess. You know, he's always 5 moves ahead because he knows the next step up is the general's position.
Exactly.
So
And he knows Ryan plays dirty too, because if we remember from episode 2,
Yes.
when he tries to escape, he stabs Chamberlain in the leg.
Yep.
to
Absolutely.
escape.
Yeah.
So he knows that Ryan plays dirty.
So
with the
Chamberlain
swords.
convinces the Emperor to volunteer the general for
And the
him.
general actually is all in. He wants to do it. It's not like he's like, no, I don't want to fight this.
Yeah,
guy."
because
he
the-
goes, I will do it with honor.
Because we know the general, he's a hothead. You know.
Yes.
He,
That's all he wants. He just wants to kill.
well, a lot of the other Skeksis are kind of cold and calculated, where they're thinking he's the only one that's like. Because remember, he killed Agra, all Agra, whatever the hell her name was. But yeah, so he steps up. He thinks that this is gonna be easy. And of course, I take the fight too.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
9 times out of 10, I'm stepping up.
when
also.
you're decimating all the guards in
Yeah.
the Crystal Castle,
Exactly,
you know,
pretty
you're
easily.
like,
You think this
yeah,
one
you're like,
guy.
I got it 1-on-1 versus this little gelfling. Let me just punt him 10 yards.
Yeah,
and then put
I like the Emperor. The Emperor goes, "Give me the dual glaive." Also, Mary, he says that, so it makes you kind of think that the Emperor kind of knew what that thing was as well.
Yes.
But yeah, so he challenges him, and they fight, and it goes well for Ryan.
It
Kind of.
surprisingly does.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
At the
then
start, it
Ryan
did. At
does
the
some
start, it didn't look good.
Pussy ass.
I
I'm not
know.
a killer. What the fuck are we doing out here, man? What are we doing out
It's
here?
a battlefield, my guy.
Do you just want to fight him and then be like, okay, you go back to
yeah,
the
because
castle,
they're not.
we go back.
They're gonna kill you.
They're gonna kill you.
Yeah. So I
So
mean,
kill the Skeksis.
yeah,
that was
we
the
gotta talk
one-
about it though, because it was important when he stabbed him. Because when he stabbed him, we saw that
It was
the dual
draining
glaive was draining
his
essence out of
essence.
his body.
Yes,
I think that made Ryan feel pretty good.
it did.
I think because whoever's wielding it, maybe you'll get that essence too. But
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, Ryan does. I'm not a killer. What? Since when?
Yeah. And then the general goes back to the emperor, tries to apologize, and the emperor immediately says, "Get away from me," and banishes him.
Yeah.
Not even to fight or anything. He says, "Get out of my sight."
Well, to be fair, he was probably done for the day.
Yeah, when you get a knife wound in your
gut,
stomach, yeah, sword
and it
wound.
goes about 30 inches. I mean, it was to the hilt. It was damn
was.
near to his wrist.
You got to walk that one off.
Yeah, you
We'll
gotta.
see in a few weeks.
The hunter could take notes. I mean, you gotta know. You gotta know where you stand on these. I mean, you gotta just. You have limits.
You do.
Know your limits.
Know your limits.
But yeah, the
Very
general was
important.
like, "I'm gonna take a breather on this one. I'm gonna head back. We're gonna take a day and head back out here." But
We're gonna regroup. We're gonna get back after it.
he doesn't get very far
No, he does not.
because who comes and finishes him off?
Well, yeah, it's a little later on, but we'll get to it right
It's a
now.
little-
Who cares? But yeah, pretty much a giant battle ensues right after this.
Oh yeah, it's not. I don't even know why they did the one-on-one thing because it wasn't like Troy, where like you kill a guy and the army just quits.
No, it
I don't know
wasn't that
why
at
they
all.
even risked the one-on-one.
No idea.
Because immediately the Skeksis just say attack and
Fuck
they
it,
fly
attack.
up all their flags and whatnot. But the Gelfling, for once in their goddamn lives, have an actual plan.
They do, and the girl Gelfling, so like
Yeah.
Bray and stuff are flying
Again,
around,
I-
dropping
I
bombs.
forgot they fucking
mortars.
flew. They walk so goddamn much.
I
In
know,
this
dude. If
world.
I had wings, I'd fly all the time.
It's unbelievable.
Weird that they just
They're
walk all
running
the time.
away a lot when
Yeah.
they have wings.
I just,
Seems like a lot easier
fly
to
away.
escape that castle.
Well, and
when
the
you
thing
can-
is, we've seen these Gelfling pick up the men and fly with
Yes.
them. So it's like, why not just do that all the
they
time?
walk a lot.
An absurd amount for
Too
having
much.
wings.
Too much for sure. But yeah, they have a plan. They fly up in the air and start dropping the bombs that Deet was making earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they're smoke bombs. Again, make real bombs. You know, I mean, you do some
Come on.
damage here.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an all-out assault commences
And then
against
during all this mayhem, this is where we
Chamberlain. Of course, sees the time to attack.
yes, but not attack the Gelfling,
attack the
but to
Gelfling.
attack his own, and he attacks Skekvar.
Exactly, and that just proves earlier that what we knew. Chamberlain didn't give a shit about any of the other Skeksis.
No, he's a weasel.
There's not a brotherhood or
Well, he
anything.
stabs the general Skekvar, and he whispers in his ear, "You stole my seat."
Yep.
So that's all he cares about.
One guy you did not want to fuck over because he just does not give up a grudge.
No,
That
His
guy's
vendetta
locking
against
that
you is
away
forever.
because it's been an entire season. It's been months since that happened.
And the general was like, "Yeah, come back. We're cool."
Yeah, we're cool. We're all good now.
Was
but
not cool with,
Chamberlain was
Chamberlain.
just seething, thinking, I gotta make this fucking right. But yeah, so he does. He kills him, and to our surprise, the general dies.
Yes, he turns to dust.
And I like that we did not see that coming at all because we thought maybe just because we're idiots.
Yeah,
But we thought he was in the 1982.
we did. Yeah, I thought that was the same general who was the Aratham General Master.
It's not that we learned that was the general. Well, he's not the general in the 1982 version. They just call him the Ratham Master.
They call him General twice though in the film.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Okay, well, but he's
Because
not
he
the general
takes
in
the
this one.
place. But no, he's not the general in this.
That is Skek Ung, who's not in Age of Resistance at all. You
Nope.
don't see him at all. He only takes the place. But
We could see him season 2 though.
But they did mention him at one point in the series.
They did.
When they were talking about how they needed every warrior they can get, and they mentioned that that he is one of the best warriors. Because it turns out that I only read this because we were both kind of wrapping our heads around what happened. That he's the second strongest out of any of them besides the Emperor.
Yeah.
But he's not in this at all. I don't
No,
know
he's
where he's at in this. Maybe he's on vacay. Took 6 months off. Took a leave.
You know, when you've been around for hundreds of thousands of Thrine,
Yeah.
you got to take a vacation.
And we know that those Thrine are long because they
Hey.
got 3 suns they got to circumnavigate. But yeah, so the general dies. He turns to dust.
He does.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I liked that we didn't see that coming.
No, we didn't.
And,
then,
for a movie with puppets for us to for it to surprise us is surprising.
It is.
It's awesome.
And then right after this, again, you know, we saw this kind of coming that Farah's fighting, Celadon's fighting, they're all fighting the Skeksis, and Farah ends up taking a blade for Celadon.
Yeah.
They're like, watch this, and they throw the blade, and I'm just like,
Why?
why is everyone sacrificing their lives for this
It's
Celadon
literally
girl?
like
the one lady who
jumping
made
out
it
and taking a
worse.
bullet for Hitler.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, why are you doing this?
Like I couldn't see anyone die. I gotta even though she's the reason for everything.
Everything. The reason why all
Killed-
these Gelfling have died is because of her.
She damn near had a hand in killing your mom.
She did.
Turned the
She had a huge hand in
turned the
it.
entire castle against you. Threw you in jail. Was gonna watch you get your essence sucked out.
Uh-huh.
Was gonna turn completely dark.
and was also going to turn 50 Gelfling to
Yes.
the Skeksis
Yes.
after knowing damn well what they were doing.
Even after them telling her that they're just going to kill everyone, she still tried to volunteer. She's a piece of shit.
She is.
She's a real piece of shit.
Yes.
And she's,
Still
I'm
alive.
just going to spoil it, doesn't die. Ever.
Please tell me that like, the Skeksis
Farah, the
killer,
baddest ass of the goddamn Gelfling,
Uh-huh.
takes the fucking...
the Stonewood Warrior, takes one for the team.
What team?
What team? Yeah,
Team
it's something-
Celadon,
yeah,
maybe.
that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and she dies.
She does.
She goes towards the light of Thra, unfortunately. And again, another Gelfling returned to Mother Thra.
So we
But,
get a sad scene there, and then soon, right after this,
Yeah,
who comes along?
Because he's sprinted, I don't even know how many miles away. Because they took stagecoaches to get there.
He did. Look, man, this Skekmal
we know he
guy
can move.
Can run a marathon. I would love to know his marathon times.
Oh, it's got to be
his
great.
conditioning workout
'Cause
schedule has got to be.
It's
Just,
a dead sprint no matter what.
Man.
If it's even towards the fridge, it's a fucking sprint. My guy, this guy
Gotta
does
say,
not
he's efficient
know
with his
the
time.
meaning of walking.
no.
But yeah, he gets there and
And dude, he just snatches Rianne
So easily.
right up by the neck. I'm just like, oh.
we saw how easy he could grab up Brian in the earlier
in the
episodes
earlier
when he
one
just
out of the
plucked
pits.
him.
Yeah.
Again, they weigh 40 pounds, and they're like 2 feet tall.
Yeah.
and
So
the
it's probably
Skeksis
not
are
that
just
hard.
human size. I mean, it can't be that difficult, no. But yeah, he takes him.
He does,
He takes,
and he destroys the dual glaive in the in the process.
He does, and that would kind of surprise me too, how easily those blades were destroyed. I thought they were like the one ring where they
Yeah.
couldn't be, but it's for a reason, I guess. But yeah, they really just crumble when he kind of just throws them down, stomps on them. But
And this is the one instance where you're like, oh my gosh, okay, Rianne's gonna die. This is all sad. You know, all the Gelfling will die now. And we get a flash back over to the Archer, which is Skekmal's second half. He's the Urgog of.
and this is, and if you've already watched our 1982 review of the Dark Crystal, we brought this up. Why don't all the mystics just kill themselves?
Yeah, which is so
And they
funny.
did
And then
it.
we
They
watch
did-
this,
actually
and
did
that
it, yeah.
happens. Yeah,
But again, only
So-
one of them can step up.
Right.
Right. The rest of the
Archer's the only
mystics-
one that actually.
The only one that
truly
finally
cares.
those fucking dots got connected. He's
was-
like, oh, I can just kill myself.
Yeah.
And,
And
save the
then-
world.
He is
Make
what
the
a hero, a
sacrifice.
true hero. If you're gonna hold anyone up, prop anyone up, it's got to be Archer here. In this
You
scenario.
got it. And I was so sad because Hup was so sad.
Hup was devastated.
Hup
was a little slow on what was going on. He just let
Well,
Archer walk all the way to the
The
ledge.
cogs
and was like,
gotta start. You gotta grease up those
Oh.
wheels before he's.
yeah, especially
he's
the
a podling. He's a podling.
Not the smartest.
He's got alcohol
he was
brain,
putting-
so yeah, he's
well,
got-
he had to watch the Archer. We saw him in those little shots. He was walking over to the fridge, taking
Oh, yeah.
a brewski out.
But he
We saw
did.
that.
He nursed Archer back to health. So he was
For no
his-
reason.
his little bit. Yeah.
Because essentially he's like, well, thanks for the nursing. Adios.
And they renewed because he was just gonna get pumped full. Because Archer got pumped full of the essence as well.
Exactly.
So, and maybe that was the thing where they both had to die. I mean, obviously, if one dies, the other one dies. But because he had Thra on him as well, you have to assume, right? So he got to release Thra too. So,
And
but
they
he
ha-
takes the
and-
slow leap off the cliff, just the slowest. He doesn't really jump off the cliff because he can't jump. I don't think he just kind of.
He falls. Yeah, he
Tips
tilts
over.
over.
And then Bub gets the slow motion. No.
Too late.
It
Yeah,
was
and
cool,
then
though.
Skekmal, yeah, he's like, what have you done?
Yeah.
Because he can see through, like, Archer's vision that he's falling down.
Yeah.
And I really like this, too, because there are a lot of religious ties to the Dark Crystal in this world of Thra, because it's
Oh,
like
we didn't even
it's
get into
the
it, but-
sacrificing to
Yeah.
be reborn. And, like, Mother Thra is the essence of Thra. It is the
Mm-hmm.
life force of the planet. And it does have a lot of religious ties for like the sacrificial lamb falling, sacrificing himself, and then being born anew. So I saw that a lot in this, which is really cool, and I think adds more to the actual overall lore of this show.
I don't want to get too into it, but the entire Dark Crystal series is based off these teachings, like that were really popular in the 70s. They were called like the teachings of Seth or something.
Oh, okay.
And it was like these teachings that everyone something that Jim Henson really liked. I can't remember what it is, but yeah, basically he invented this entire world off of Seth material are based on the principles of consciousness created after life. Apparently, he based off this entire world. It's not Christianity per se, but it is spiritualism.
Right.
It's called Seth material.
Oh,
I don't know why it's called that, but it was like really big in the 70s. But you are right. There is. I mean, it's spiritualism and stuff. It's based off of a real teaching.
Yeah.
From Earth. But yeah, like there is definitely heavy. I mean, because they have their own religion and everything in the Thraw and everything, so it's always based off something. But I like the way they did it with killing off Archer when him getting thrown in. It wasn't just a splat.
Yeah.
He kind of got crystally and faded out. Although it looked a lot more painful for the hunter.
Skekmal? Yeah.
It looked like it's a little worse when on that side when you die.
Well, because as Skekmal is like kind of like disintegrating, Mother Agra
He, like, gives
emerges
birth to her, yeah.
out of Skekmal. Crazy turn of events too, but again ties in perfectly and makes complete sense for the story because Skekmal was the one who received all of Mother Agra's essence.
Oh yeah, and I don't think you can really kill Mother Agra. I think as long as Thraw
is
lives,
alive.
then
Yes.
Agra lives.
Correct.
So it's on them for thinking that they could kill this life force. Yeah. So maybe she knew. She said, "I'll be back.
Well, and then
I'll split you right down the middle, but I'll be
hell
fucking
yeah,
back."
I'll be back. Yeah. And Mother Agra tells the Skeksis, she goes, "Retreat. It's over. You guys need to retreat." But of course, the Skeksis, being stubborn as they are,
Well, they can't
refuse.
lose. They can't lose.
They cannot lose. And this is when the 7 clans of the Gelfling show up.
Well, we got to talk about first. The Emperor yells something like, "This can't happen," and he takes the staff. And
But that's after the Gelflings show up. Because remember a few of the unlucky ones?
oh yeah, I
They get
did.
incinerated.
You're right. That or does it happen and then they show up?
No.
Okay.
It happens because
Yeah.
it was like 3 of the Stone in the Wood guys that were there off to the side when he goes, "The darkening," and he drops his staff. And
I
then
thought
blow
that was the
up.
people from that they released from the Crystal Castle that was fighting with them, the original 8 or whatever when they popped up. That were because I thought that was the people that were already a part of the war. But it might be. I guess it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I guess.
But yeah. I mean, they show up when the battle's over.
Right. Yeah. Of course.
All
It's not
fucking
like the Lord of
7
the- yeah.
clans. So it is. Yeah, it is definitely. It's 100% before. But yeah, because the Emperor sees all these clans and knows he's fucked.
Mm-hmm.
He knows there's absolutely no way unless he's got to do something drastic.
Right.
He does, and he hits them with the staff, and the lightning just fucking disintegrates some of the Gelflings. But
They never stood a chance.
But it's a really cool scene.
It is a
It
great
was
scene.
fucking awesome. That combination of CGI and real life puppets.
And again,
and the earth
the
cracking and the
CGI
lightning.
is not overused. at all.
No.
It's used just perfectly in the show. Just perfectly. At no point in this entire show did the CGI take it out for me.
Oh
me
no,
out of the
absolutely
story.
no. It looks
And
amazing.
That
yeah.
is my favorite thing. I'm so glad that they were able to incorporate both of these, puppeteering and CGI, in a perfect fit,
Oh yeah.
you know.
We talk about it all the time, but
do.
it is amazing. But yeah, so it's looking like Skeksis might turn out on this one. Might be all right. 'Cause he starts destroying everything,
Yeah.
and he's got all the power. But who steps up?
Oh, Deet steps up
He's got to step up.
and she starts absorbing the darkening.
She absorbs it hard. She takes it all. My God, she's just pumping that darkening into her.
And she's not just absorbing it. She decides, you know what?
She does, and she
Screw
pulls
these cats.
she pulls
I'm
a
a-
Darth
yeah,
Sidious on him.
She does. And shoots it all back.
Then it's
and,
treason.
unfortunately for Skeklak, she explodes.
She does explode.
She's like,
finally,
that wasn't
she
that
fucking
bad.
popped those Yeah, I know. I like that too. And they're just fucking gushing snot. Yeah.
And then at this point, the Skeksis are like completely shocked. And they're
Yeah.
like, we got to get out of here.
Retreat. Yeah. And then
Retreat.
because she's got the power. But Dee just fucking disappears.
Oh, she bounces, man. She's like, I'm out of here.
I'm not feeling so good. I gotta take a walk.
That shit hurts.
Or I'm gonna walk this one off. Yeah, she's pretty fucked up, I think.
Yeah.
Because she leaves, and we don't see her again.
No, we don't. So
They
we
really
don't
left that
really
open,
know
and yeah,
what's
that
gonna
was
happen
kind of
with
surprising to me as well. Is that we never, because Ryan's like running after,
Mm-hmm.
they think they're finally gonna elope.
Yeah.
They've been
And then she
teasing
kind of
it.
just disappears through the vines kind of
Yeah.
close behind her, and we don't get any more of Deet.
No, because Ryan's trying to like run to get her, but everyone's cheering. You know, they're already popping bottles.
Yeah.
I'm sure the podlings, are there ready
They've
with
got
fucking
alcohol.
bottles.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, they were just hiding somewhere.
Oh
just
yeah,
like,
they're always waiting for a party.
Yeah, just rooting for the girlfriend.
Any kind of celebration, win or lose, they were gonna drink.
They were.
So they're like Philadelphia Eagles fans. They win, they riot. They lose, they riot. But yeah, so what happens? She kind of fades away. She fades back. I guess she doesn't fade away. But we also get a scene of Hupp. This is important, I guess, because they show. But Hupp grabs Lore's necklace.
He does. Yeah, in the life source, the life essence of Lore.
Yeah.
To like kind of put them back together. The little light, the yellow light thing.
And what
For
do
his
we?
mouth.
And then we get back to the dual glaive.
We do.
Don't forget about that.
Oh, I have not forgotten about it because Brea finds it.
Yes.
The dual glaive broken, and she finds it. A crystal shard.
There's some crystal hanging out the bottom. Thank
a
God
crystal
Celadon didn't
shard.
find it.
I know, right?
She would have fucking pocketed that shit. We never saw it again.
Or she would have gave it to the Skeksis.
Yeah.
Like,
or
here,
she
just
would've.
don't kill us.
Yeah.
Some naive
And again, the
dummy.
Skeksis are like, we are going to kill you. We cannot make this clear enough. Why do
We
you
have
keep
tried
showing
to
up
communicate
here?
this with you, but you still insist
There's
on
something
us just
not
killing
right
you.
with you. We keep telling you.
You are defective.
There's something wrong with your head. But yeah, and they and Mother Aga, her face lights up.
It
says
does.
that's the missing piece of the crystal. Which again, like you said, there's some questions.
There is,
like because in
because
the 1980 version, she
She's got a
cared
box
less
of
about
crystal
that.
shards,
Yeah.
and then she just dumps it out like it's nothing.
But now it's really important.
Yes.
But of course, we haven't seen. Well, I mean, we know there's going to be more because we haven't seen any of the Gelfling die, so they haven't killed them all off. So we know there's still a horrible ending coming
Yes.
eventually. But for now, because this surprised me, because I thought we were going to end on.
So did I. I thought all the Gelfling were going to be decimated.
Yeah,
this
I thought
year.
it was going to be pretty bleak, but it is kind of bleak. Because the Skeksis, they do roll back to the castle, and who's finally finishing up on some experiments?
Skektek.
And that's the last scene we get. Is
Yeah,
the
it
fucking
is. Yep, the Aratham.
That's what we get.
Yep, they're here.
And they're yeah, and that's the last scenes we get is the Ratham. Well, they're named the Gartham now.
Well, yeah, Gartham, because it's a combination between the Grunok and the Aratham.
Yeah, so I guess he had to kill those, which I don't see much of the Grunok in it.
No, I don't either. But maybe the strength of the Grunok, because remember those creatures were supposedly super strong.
Yeah, but shouldn't the Ratham probably be pretty strong as well on their own?
They
They're-
did a
they're
good
giant
combination between the
spiders.
two. Yeah.
But yeah, and the war. I mean, that's pretty much the spark that the war Thra has begun.
Yep, through the whole first season.
The first full season was just getting the rebellion going.
Yep.
Now we're gonna get the big fucking battles in season 2, hopefully.
Hopefully. Well, that was a hell of a show.
It was
Awesome first season.
I had a lot of fun
This-
reviewing it,
yes.
watching it, talking about it, giving our predictions of what we think is gonna happen. What's gonna happen? And what season? If we get a season 2, which hasn't been confirmed at all,
It
I
has
mean,
not-
what
not
happened to
yet.
Deet? Is Deet?
I think
Skeet
Deet will
McGee okay?
become part of like the Darkening. The Darkening will
Yeah, she's-
consume her, and she will be a part of Thra, but she'll be like a Bran from Game of Thrones, where she's kind of just like a robot. She's just part of the land, but she's not Deet anymore.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I mean, we maybe in season 2 are gonna get that turning of her, but because I still think her and Ryan are gonna. I mean,
They got a bone.
They
Because
got
they
a
got to
bone.
have. Because I'm telling you right now, Kira.
exactly.
is
That's where I was
the
getting at. Our
daughter
theories of
Deet.
yeah,
Yes.
because she
they're
can
both
speak of the
Groton.
animals and whatnot, and it's too obvious.
It's very obvious.
But
And then-
who's the daughter? Who's Jin's parents?
Yeah, but Jen was from Stone in the Wood. He look. Well, I don't know that
Well,
for
yeah, what
sure,
you
but
think.
he looks sure like someone from.
But his
Stone
parents
Wood.
have to be someone special, right?
Yeah, they have to be.
I mean, they can't be just a random kid they just fucking picked up.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work.
Because the Mystics took him in. I mean, that makes me think they took him in for a reason. Because they thought he was the one,
Yes,
the prophecy or whatever. Yeah. So his parents got to be someone important. But yeah, that's the question. Who's gonna bone who? Are we finally gonna get that
We're gonna get that
Gelfling
Pepe
sex scene
that we've all
we've
been
all
waiting
been
for.
talking
We're
about the
waiting for
entire-
it all year. We were very
I thought we were
shocked
gonna
when
get
see
it. I thought season 10 they had to give it to us.
Just
They've
too
been
bad,
teasing
man.
this
They
the
did. They were
entire
teasing
time.
us the whole year, and
Or at
they
least
didn't,
that Skek Tech
produce.
Almagra sex scene that they've been promising us.
I'd love to watch that, just out of curiosity.
I'd
I
pay
just
good
wanna
money.
know how it works.
I'd pay good money to see that. But yeah, I loved it, Mason. We've had a good run for TV shows.
Yes,
so
we
far.
have. This has been this show was just awesome.
It's
The
right up there
puppeteer
with
work.
the boys for me,
Yeah.
which I fucking love the boys.
The
But
Boys
I
was
love
awesome.
this, man. It was, and this was just one 10-hour long nostalgia trip.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you feel like you're a little kid watching it again.
And it shows you all the advances too that we're able to do now with puppeteer work
yeah.
and CGI together.
I think we hit the
it's
peak.
Really awesome.
I don't
Yes.
think you can get better with puppets.
cannot
at this
get
point.
better.
No, but all right.
All right.
We gotta thank everyone
that is
for
our,
watching it, yeah.
wrap up of our second edition of the TV Tuesday TV shows that we're doing. This was the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. If you guys are watching on YouTube, be sure to like this video, comment below. What did you guys think of the Dark Crystal Age of Resistance? Be sure to subscribe to our channel, hit the little bell notification. We're posting here every day on YouTube. You can find our podcast on audio format, Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Stitcher. We post podcast episodes 3 days a week. Or 3 days a week? Yeah, 3 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. We do movie review, movie news, and our TV Tuesdays as well. My name is Mason Knight. That is Cash Kraus, and until next time.
Bye.